Okay, so we're going to be talking about the new deleted user content transfer mechanic in Cyberschool. This is a particular issue where when you would delete a user, their content would kind of just be up in the air. This update seeks to remedy that by allowing you to transfer that content at the moment of deletion. This is all happening in the groups and users, and I already have a user here, this user to delete. This is the one that I'm going to be deleting. And for some added context, I'm going to go ahead and show you that this user is an administrator. They can utilize the quick add and add in any type of post. Over in the My Explorer, they have a blog, they have an event, a news article, even a job posting. They have some galleries, they have some files that they've uploaded. So it's a user that has a good amount of content to it. And so when I actually go and I edit this user and make like I'm going to delete them, I get this window pop up. And it just tells me that this is all the data that's going to be transferred. First off, it's a confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete? So we say yes, but before we do that, we want to be mindful that we don't hit this delete content unless we want to delete the content. It's just this content summary here is just telling me that they have one page, one blog, one event, one assignments, basically one of everything, a department, a classroom, a form as well. So forms is among that plethora of content that's transferred. And then it has server files and page files. So server files is actually the files that you find in the My Explorer. It's the files underneath this file section and the image section. And then page files, this one is a little bit different, but this one accounts for the resource files. So if I were to edit this page, for example, and underneath resource files, it's anytime a posting has these resource files. The resource files are owned by the pages, but since the user owns the page, they essentially own the files. Okay, so it's just notifying me that those files will be transferred as well. So this does do quite a bit of transferring outside of the actual listing here. All of the links that go to this user, um, when you type in a link that's like files, user, whatever, it's going to be transferred to the user that we define here. So underneath this drop down, you'll find a list of every single user that has been created uh, and still exists, I should say. Notice the user to delete is not in this listing as well. So this is every user on all the schools in case that this content needs to be transferred to a user at another school. So before I continue on with this, I just want to go back and back one more and show you that this does work with multiple users as well. If I select these three, user 1, user 2, and user 2 delete, and hit the mass delete option up top, notice things do change a bit. They do get updated. We went from one of everything to, let's say, 2 pages, to job postings, to forms, server files. So it does tell you that this is the total number of content that will be transferred, and it is open to improvement. We could break this down more and actually see who owns what, or we could say, I want the events deleted and I want the podcast deleted, but I only want the server files and the pages, or something along those lines. This is just a kind of haphazard kind of way of immediately transferring the content. And so or actually, let's go ahead and move on with deleting them. I'm going to transfer the content to my profile, Alex Avila, and I'll hit yes. Okay, so this is perfect actually. I see that 2 users have been deleted, and it tells me that user 1 cannot be deleted. So I need to remove them from the depot group on the department. So that is actually saying that in the PDF example department, or in the human resources department as well, user one is in a group there, the admin group. So that does become pretty tricky. Whenever we're deleting a user that belongs to a department group as well. Um, and so that is the one hitch here is you want to make sure you cut all ties with that user and their department. And this error message tells you everything you need to know. I just need to go to the Human Resources department, open up the groups and users there, and remove user 1 from the admin group. And then the same with the PDF example department. However, it looks like user 2 and the user 2 delete has been deleted, and normally this window would close. However, we do have an error here, and it's just making sure that I see that error. So I can go ahead and head out of here, and if I hard refresh and open up groups and users, oh man, I click classrooms. Okay, open up groups and users. Staff has gone down, and I just have user 1 left. Now let's take a look at the My Explorer. So Alex Avila profile now has that blog from user to delete, has those jobs, the pages, even the galleries, as well as the files. So everything worked out just fine. All the content has been transferred to this new profile, and that's essentially the aim of this update is making content transferring much easier for deleted users.